There's been a lot of hot takes about Oba Femi being the next Brock Lesnar. Some even think that he's better than Brock Lesnar. Let's read some of these tweets and hot takes. This one says, who needs Brock Lesnar when you have Oba Femi? This tweet over here mocks people who miss Brock Lesnar, saying the same thing about how we don't need him because we got Oba. And then you got this one that says that they just watched NXT Battleground. Oba Femi is a monster. Like someone put all the good bits of Keith Lee, Brock Lesnar, and Big E all together to create the ultimate big guy wrestler. And finally, we have this hot take on my post that says Oba Femi is going to be more of a Brock Lesnar replacement than Braun Breaker. His strength, his moveset, that F5 was so fire. My dream match right now is Gunther versus Oba Femi. That match will be fire. There's a lot to unpack from these hot takes. I've got to say that I agree with some of it. I do agree with the idea that Oba Femi has a lot of potential. The F20 was absolutely insane. Gunther versus Oba Femi is going to be such a banger. He could turn out to be the next Brock Lesnar. If WWE is looking to find the next Brock, I think he is a much better fit and could achieve that job than Braun Breaker. With all that said, we've got to say that he is not the ultimate big guy wrestler. That would imply that he's better than Brock Lesnar, and I'm not sure if I would go that far and say that. Look, Brock Lesnar is a beast. Let me remind you that Lesnar has a ton of WWE Championship reigns under his belt. Brock Lesnar has been in some of the most high-profile matches and feuds of all time. He defeated The Streak. He's one of the biggest stars in combat sports history. When you think of WWE, his name comes up. To just throw out the idea that Oba Femi is going to be better than him at this point is a good hot take, I'm not going to lie, but it's a hot take I cannot agree with. I think we need to wait and see a little bit more before making such a bold claim. However, the potential is there. Let's see what he does in the upcoming years. Let's move on to some more hot takes, and this one says that LA Knight is in serious trouble of being forgotten, and I completely agree. I do not understand what WWE has been doing, but they've been fumbling LA Knight for so long now. It's been 2 years where he's done virtually nothing. I really hope that he does win the US title and has a great run, but if I'm being real with you, I think LA Knight should be a WWE or a world champion by now. I don't know why he did not win the Money in the Bank briefcase and then cashed in at some point in 2025. I just don't get it. Right now, LA Knight still has a lot of fire, but the more you wait, the more that fire is going to go out. So please, Triple H, make this guy win a world championship sometime soon. I am begging you. Gabriel says that Jacob Fatu should be the new tribal chief. Get Jacob Fatu's name out of here. I know a lot of people love Jacob Fatu and he's great. I'm not going to say he's bad. And I know a lot of people do like Solo Sikoa being the next tribal chief and some don't. But get both of those names out of here. There is no other tribal chief. If it's not Roman, then it should be The Rock. That's the only other person who should be the next tribal chief in that feud down the line. That is what I think. I don't think Jacob Fatu, I don't think that Solo should try to be the next tribal chief. It's gotta be Dwayne The Rock Johnson. The next hot take says that people are being way too harsh on Solo and the role that he's playing in WWE. And as someone who's kind of harsh on Solo, I would agree. We gotta chill out a little bit. Solo's been doing pretty well in the last few weeks, especially after turning on Paul Heyman. And then at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, the guy was getting some serious heat. And the fact that I saw that, I was like, all right, people actually hate this guy and they're chanting F you Solo. So I gotta give it Solo. He's doing a great job, and I'm kind of buying into the idea of him being Roman's next feud. And I can't wait for that matchup and that return. Thundurus Mastermind says that Sami Zayn buried the David and Goliath opportunity in Chad Gable and Gunther to put himself over, self-entitled as hell. A lot of people think that Sami Zayn is now Sammy Hogan, like this hot take right here. It kind of implies that, but let's not forget the fact that Sami Zayn is not booking the WWE. This is all Triple H's work, so we can't be mad at Sami. We've got to be mad at Triple H if we are mad that Chad Gable is not the IC champion. Lumis Knight says that sacrificing the Money in the Bank was the right move. They were not going to have Gunther nor Cody get cashed in on anyways. I disagree. Like I said, you could literally have somebody win the Money in the Bank, and if you don't want them to cash in anytime soon, you could have waited till maybe the SmackDown before the next Money in the Bank. They have an entire year. I'm sure that things would have changed by then. Money in the Bank 2025, who knows what the plans were going to be, and at that point, both men, Cody and Gunther, would have had long reigns, so I don't buy this excuse for having the failed cash in by Drew McIntyre. The next hot take says that Jay got to win a singles title title before he gets re-involved in the Bloodline story. And I hate to break it to you, but Jey Uso is not winning a singles title in my opinion. I do think he gets back in the Bloodline story very soon for Survivor Series, and I don't see him winning a title by then. Angel Garcia says that Ricochet should be the world heavyweight champion with a manager and have a laid-back character that allows him to not speak so much, but at the same time maintain his charm that many of us like. And I'm sorry, Angel, but somebody's got to break it to you. This guy, Ricochet's gone, all right? Maybe he might be the AEW World Champion, but no longer the WWE World Heavyweight Champ. This hot take says that John Cena should turn heel and feud with Cody after Mania. I would love that. I think SummerSlam, a match between John Cena and Cody would be so fire. And honestly, I don't care if John Cena is a heel or Cody. If anything, I think Cody being the heel might be even better. Destroying John Cena, going full Homelander, and beating everybody's hero seems like a pretty good way to turn heel. Brandon says that Randy should be John's final opponent, and a lot of people say this, and I will agree. I think Randy versus John Cena is the perfect way to end John Cena's historic and legendary career. Hopefully the WWE does that instead of giving us something like Baron Corbin with Kurt Angle. Like, nobody wanted that. Everybody wanted John versus Kurt, and we got Baron Corbin. So I'm hoping that John Cena gets someone like Randy and not some guy that they want to push that really doesn't, pan out to do anything. Arsh Kumar says that Randy should win the undisputed title from Cody, so then John Cena and Randy could be for the title at WrestleMania. As much as I would selfishly love to see that match because it's my childhood heroes going head to head, it's not going to happen. Let's be real with you guys. Imagine two older guys in their mid to late 40s competing for a championship at WrestleMania. The heat that they would get, but also the fact that Cody's reign would end. I just think that Cody is going to walk into WrestleMania 41 as a WWE champion, and he's either going to fight The Rock or Randy Orton. That's my bold prediction. James says that I believe all the hype between Drew and Punk is good, but when the match finally takes place, it's going to be extremely mid, and there's a good chance that happens because CM Punk is coming back from another injury. In the last couple of years, he's just been getting injured, so coming back from another injury, there's a great possibility that he does indeed have some ring rust. I'm hoping that's not the case. Honestly, I would not mind seeing Drew McIntyre surprise everyone, shock the world, and just completely beat Punk and squash him in a couple minutes, maybe with the help of Seth Rollins. That would be pretty cool and also sets up a future match and a rematch between the two. But if they do have a long 14, 15, 20-minute match, then there's a chance that this match doesn't live up to the hype. But then again, it has so much hype that I don't think people really care. Like, this is like an old school wrestling match that the story really elevates the match. Tommy says that Braun Breaker could be probably the second best Paul Heyman guy after Roman. I think you're trolling at this point. Like, I appreciate the hot take, but let's not be foolish. You got Roman and Brock. Those are the top two, and I don't even know if Roman is number one. You can make the argument nowadays, but I think everyone knows that Brock and Roman are number two. Whatever order you want to do it, that's fine, but there's no way that a Braun Breaker in the future could beat Brock Lesnar's status as a Paul Heyman guy. L. Daly says that Finn should get another world title as a heel. I would say yes to this. I want to see it happen. I like the hot take. I just think that Finn Balor should be away from the Judgment Day because it's just not working for him. I think that there's too many big acts there. Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, they're doing their thing, and Finn is getting overshadowed. So I say let Finn leave and have a run either as a heel. I don't even mind him being a babyface. The Demon coming back would be cool. Dragon King Lord Fighter says that not every heel / bad guy needs to be cowardly. It takes me out when someone who would fight anyone, no matter the odds, is suddenly now scared of everyone and runs away. Example, Liv Morgan. I think it works with Liv Morgan's character, actually. And I would also say that a lot of wrestling, especially for the last 50, 60, 70 years, have you watched the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, this has always happened. If anything, we have more guys nowadays who don't run away than before. So I do think WWE has a good blend and mix of those kind of guys, those kind of heels, So I disagree with this hot take. We got plenty of heels who don't run away like Gunther. The next hot take says that Logan Paul is better than 80% of the talent in all WWE despite his lack of experience. And if he shows up more, people will start to realize it. I have to disagree. This is something I believed back then when he first started wrestling, but then when Ronda Rousey said that he gets to train so much for his matches and he doesn't have too many matches, that he's literally training for months maybe to just have one match, that means that Logan Paul is being treated differently. And I think if you take anybody and treat them that way, I think for most people the same outcome and the same results would happen. So while I do think Logan Paul is great and fits in perfectly with the WWE, I think to say that he's better than 80% of the roster with all the special treatment he gets is unfair. The next hot take says that the spinner belt was the best looking WWE championship, and as much as I love it, I want to say that I think this all depends on your age. If you were a kid when the WWE had the spinner belt, you probably loved it like myself, but if you're older, you probably didn't. But if we're being objective, I do not think the spinner belt is the best looking title. I think the World Heavyweight Championship, the OG World Heavyweight Championship was nice. I think the Attitude Era Championship, the Winged Eagle title, all those, even the Undisputed title, they're all better than the spinner belt in my opinion. However, the spinner belt does give me a lot of great memories. This hot take says that Dominic Mysterio is being slept on. I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of people know that Dominic is not being slept on because he's always in the main event and he's in one of the hottest stories on Raw, in all of WWE if you really think about it. So no, I do not think Dominic Mysterio is being slept on. I would say someone who doesn't get TV time, who doesn't get reactions, they are being slept on. Dominic Mysterio is not that guy. The next hot take says, I don't think this is a hot take, but the Wide Six should put Def Rebel on their list of targets. That's just pretty funny. I hope that happens because Def Rebel has got to go. They stink. And the last hot take says that Pllana choosing my hot take is like Cody finishing his story. I'm guessing he did a lot of hot takes. I have to finish the story. Io Sky is overrated, good in the ring, but can't tell a story. She should get a similar treatment like Shinsuke with the backstage promos. I think WWE's been doing more of those for her, but I don't think she's overrated. She's a great talent in the ring. The fans love her. If you look at her Puerto Rican reaction, the woman was over, so I will disagree with this hot take. I think she's perfectly rated, and she is going to be one of the main pillars of the women's division for the next 5 to 10 years. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video.